Hi, I'm Awo, and welcome back to another home edition of our book review. I'm here with both of my brothers this time. You already know Nana, and this is my younger brother, Kobby.
Hi.
And today we'll be reviewing Hooper by Geoff Herbach.
So, can you explain the title for us?
To kick us off, this title is Hooper because the main character, Adam, always called himself a baller, but he needed like a new name to call himself. So he ended up with Hooper because he thought it sounded like cooler and better. What genre is this book?
I would say this book is in the realistic fiction genre because the events of this book could have happened.
So, can you describe the setting?
Well, the setting actually takes place in three different places. There's Poland, Philadelphia, and Minnesota.
Who would you say your favorite characters were?
Well, my favorite character would probably have to be Adam, with his whole entire just mindset of getting through the tough times and enjoying the good times.
I think my favorite character was Barry, who is Adam's like best friend, because Barry adds a little bit of like lightness to the book, because it would just be a very heavy topic if Barry wasn't somehow like in the book. And you?
Oh, my favorite character was also Adam, mostly because he's the narrator and we're seeing everything from his perspective.
So, who are you guys' least favorite characters?
Oh, well, my least favorite character was Mr. Doig, who was the organizer and founder of the basketball organization that Adam was playing in. Mr. Doig had a very one-sided view of his players since they're all African American players. He thought that they were all troublemakers, and he had a policy that if you got arrested or in trouble with the law, you were off the team forever.
I agree with you. He was also my least favorite character.
My least favorite character had to be Case Kinshaw because he bullied Adam for no reason.
Could you tell me something you liked about the book?
Well, something I liked about the book a lot was actually the part, well, how it was written, how everything was in Adam's point of view, and since Adam isn't from the U.S., he has a different like talking style. It almost seems like you're talking to someone and listening to their story in their tone or accent, kind of.
So, what was something you didn't like?
I don't really have anything I disliked about the book. I thought it was a solid overall book.
Yeah, that's true.
And do you guys have any feedback for the author?
I think that I would tell the author to maybe add more depth to some of the like surrounding characters to Adam, because you really get a deeper sense of like who Adam is, but not like much like detail about the characters around him. They're kind of flat and like not as dimensional as Adam happens to be in this book. So with that, can you describe Adam, both of you guys?
You can go first.
Adam is a Polish immigrant. He's new to America, and he is very quiet. He doesn't like to talk because of his Polish accent, and this holds him back because his poor English skills make people think that he's stuck up because he doesn't talk as a consequence of that. And overall, Adam's a nice guy, but that's the only thing that holds him back. What about you?
Oh, well, I thought that Adam, uh, he's generally a nice person, and like what Nana was saying, his English skills are lacking, and that holds him back from actually talking and making friends. But all of that kind of ended when he started the other basketball program, and Carly kind of led him out of that shyness.
And Adam also had like some anger issues like he used to get in fights and stuff, so he was trying to like kind of really get himself to not do that anymore because he really wanted Renata, his adopted mother, to be like proud of him, and he was really scared of her like leaving him, even though she said she never would. So, what's your opinion on the ending?
I think the ending was good. It wrapped up the book in the storyline, and there weren't any plot holes left.
Yeah, it's
What
really
about you?
satisfying to see a book that kind of just like wraps it up, and you're like, okay, I'm done with this book, and now I can think about it because it was a really good book, you know?
I agree.
How would you change the ending if you could?
Well, I wouldn't really change the ending, but if I had to, I would kind of just make the book a little bit longer and kind of going into his college career and maybe some after college if he makes it to the NBA.
Would you rather have a prequel or a sequel?
I think that I would rather have a prequel to this book because even though the book gives like kind of it gives a few flashbacks into Adam's like before and his life in Poland, but I feel like it would be worth writing a whole book about because it's like it's very interesting and those parts are like some of the most interesting parts to me. So I just want to see more of that.
I would rather have a sequel so we can see where his life goes after as well, like Kobby was saying.
So what would you say to your friend to persuade them to read this book or not to read this book?
Well, I would persuade my friend to read this book because it's just a very good book that could interest a lot of people in different ways. Because some people look at a book and look if it's sports, look if it has someone that has a different perspective that they do, and yeah, just a really good book.
I would persuade my friend to read this book because it shows like different perspectives and how you can't always judge a person by how you initially think that they act, and you have to always like kind of think about what has this person been through and what's their life really like before you go and judge them or make fun of them or anything like that.
I would tell a friend that the perspective the book is written from is very unique, and I haven't read a book like that before, so I don't think that they have either, and that they should read it as well.
Well, that's it for today. Thank you.